Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to Beyond the Break with Cocolazo. Today, I got a new guest. His name is Signature Collects, and he is a good friend of mine. I can say right now that it's been a little bit of a time adjustment trying to figure out our schedule, but guess what? We always make things work, and I just appreciate his time and his patience, and we're ready to rock on this episode. How are you doing tonight?
Good man, how you doing, brother?
Dude, I'm doing great, and thank you again for hopping on and hanging out with me and just kicking back and talking about what we love the most, the hobby and soccer and just life in general. So, thank you.
My absolute pleasure, man. I've been looking forward to this.
Man, I'll be honest, I've been actually looking forward to this too because I want to give a little bit of a bio about you and then you can just fill in the rest of the gap. But if you follow Signature here on Instagram and on whatnot, especially on Instagram, you can tell usually almost every day on his stories, he loves to post these. I mean, I look forward to it personally, all the like what games you're excited for on the matchups and stuff, and I love voting on what game I'm really excited, and I get to see also like compare the percentage wise like all the other people what other games are excited for now. What brought you real fast, what brought you to start doing something like that?
Actually, I can't take all the credit. So me and my really good friend, I call him my cousin. We actually started Signature Collections back in 21, end of 21, early 22, and he was the one that actually started doing that. His name is Rambo, and like Rambo.
Yeah.
The movie. So yeah, he started to do that, and then he moved back to Chicago with his family and stuff like that. So I just carried out the tradition and been going on ever since.
Dude, that's awesome, and that's really cool of you to carry on that too. Because I'll be honest, like I personally really enjoy that because sometimes I don't even know, I don't pay attention too much of all the matchups except for the games I'm excited for. But when I see the matchup
Yeah.
lineups, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know they were playing today. I kind of want to catch that game instead.
Right.
So
Yeah, man,
it's
it's
awesome.
really cool. Yeah, it's a really cool app. You could keep up with all the different leagues, from like semi-pros to the big leagues to Champions Leagues. Whatever. So
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I'm gonna have to get that app from you after our recording. So,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
no, besides those Instagram stories, I mean, he also has a show on Whatnot. And honestly, there's another thing that I really enjoy is when you go live and do your PSA reveals. I think I've
Oh
caught like
yeah,
the last
that's
three of them, and this last one, and I can't wait for the viewers to see it, is something that really captured my eyes, like I've never been addicted to before. And I cannot wait for that card to pop up because there's gonna probably be some negotiating happening on this episode. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
that's all right. That's what we do, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's the part of it, making friendship and being a part of the hobby and growing your own personal collection and that's what I love about it the most. And just the people that I've got to meet so far in here, not only on the show but outside of the show. Like I remember my favorite time that I hopped on your show was when you were running the finest break.
Uh-huh.
And that was actually like the first time in a long, I mean, I was on a dry streak for like almost a full 8 months, like not hitting worth of
Oh
anything.
wow.
And I decided to buy the Roma spot. I don't know if you remember this or not, but I do
Of
because it's been
course.
my favorite card. I still have it. I need to grade it
The,
really, but
the DeRossi.
the DeRossi and the Tati auto.
The Totti. I forgot the Totti.
You hit me the
That's
Tati
right.
auto to
The orange,
25.
right? Yep.
Yes. And that
Yeah.
was the first time I ever like bought into Roma. And honestly, I didn't even know the checklist yet that well. I didn't know he signed again. So when that card popped, I was just jumping up and down in excitement. I mean, it's in my personal collection binder, all protected and everything. I love that card.
Dude, absolute beautiful card.
Oh yeah, for
Beautiful
sure.
card.
And Tati of all people is such a freaking baller.
Legend. Absolute legend.
Big
Roma
time.
legend. Italy legend.
Hmm.
Gangster, man.
Dude,
Gangster.
for sure. Such a gentleman too. Like you look at him, he's just full of swag.
Yeah. Dude, I love those Roma kits back in the day too. Like they were so fire.
Yes. Yes. Honestly, I have to say like a lot of the kids that I've fallen in love with have been the older kids still. Like There's
Oh
been
yeah,
some nice new ones that pops and everything. Like Liverpool's latest kit, I kind of like. Bayern Munich's latest kits, I really like. Um, Barcelona, not so much, but I'm not a big Barca fan either. Real Madrid's is always nice. I love just that clean white. I don't know
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. White pops, and it pops
I like their
really
purple
well.
kits too in the past.
Dude, yes, and the pink one.
Yeah, for
Dude,
sure,
dude,
for
that pink
sure.
one was awesome.
One of my favorite kits was honestly I can't remember the year. I think they only did it 1 year. Inter Milan had the Ninja Turtle kit.
Yes. Oh my
Dude,
goodness, I forgot all about that.
I've been looking for that kit for so long, like an authentic one, not like a
Yes.
fake or replica, you know.
Like a
I want
legit
one
real
so
one.
bad. Dude, it
That
is one of
was
my favorites.
what year was that? That was early 2000s, wasn't it?
I want to
Or
say
late
either
90s.
early, it's either or. It has to be like between 98 and 2000,
It
you
has
know,
to be,
like,
yeah.
dude, such a, actually, I got a really good friend. He collects kits, you know, and he's put me on to so many fire kits, and his name is Trico Mayo on IG. Dude, the most beautiful kits that you could think of, you know, like he's got all of them, all of them.
Jeez. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
think I need
man,
to start another hobby.
it's
I
dangerous, bro.
is
Dangerous.
so dangerous. I mean, the card one already gets me in trouble as it is at home, so
Trust me,
I
I'm
got
in the
other
same boat.
ones. I also like to hunt, so obviously you know what else I collect when I go hunting. So
Of
I
course.
got too many things.
That's awesome, man. Actually, I got a an 8 point the first weekend it opened up, and then I got a coyote actually as well.
Ooh, very
Yeah,
nice. I've been scoping one on the camera. I'm finally gonna. I've been busy this month. I usually try to go down there opening weekend and then try to go during rut right before like Thanksgiving week. But it's been so
right.
busy, so me and my brother-in-law will probably go down there to the lease probably either next weekend or the weekend after. But there's a beautiful 12 pointer that,
Ooh,
and he is a
ooh.
stout. I mean, this dude is his tines are
I
long and
bet.
everything. Me and him are gonna have a little bit of a competition on whoever wins our little bet between each other gets to take down the 12 if he shows up.
That's so sick.
So
That's
I
sick.
need to
I've
make
never
sure I
gotten
win.
anything bigger than an 8.
My biggest has been an 11. It should have been a
Ooh,
12, but he broke one of them off, and I don't tend to count it unless. I mean, I guess I could
respect,
count it,
respect.
but it's really not right to.
Right, right.
But
No,
that's a
that's
different
awesome.
hobby. Let's go back to what this show is about.
Right.
So let me ask you this: what inspired you to do this? Like Whatnot, selling cars, and I know I got to see a little bit of a sneak peek. That's not the only thing else you collect. That you also
Yeah, I do a
do.
lot.
You do a lot. I'll let you explain it before I like expose all of it.
Sounds good. So, I started like a lot of people, collecting the junk wax in the late 90s and stuff like that, baseball, basketball, with my dad, and he bought me, you know, I was a diehard Ken Griffey Jr. fan, diehard Atlanta Braves fan. So I was big in baseball, played baseball when I was young growing up. And then just like a lot of people, you fall out of the hobby, and it really wasn't such a monstrosity as it is today, the whole hobby, you know?
Right.
And around right when COVID started, just like a lot of people, you know, I'm sitting at home, bored, watching TV, can't really leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, what's a way I could, you know, make a few extra bucks right now, you know? And I was just scrolling through Instagram, and I was like, you know what? I seen a video on Instagram. I guess my algorithm or something like that. And I seen somebody selling cards. And I was like, you know what? Do I have anything like worth money from back when I was young? You know, like I didn't know anything about serial numbered stuff. I didn't know anything about the autos, patches, nothing, not graded, nothing,
Right.
And I started looking through all my old baseball stuff, basketball stuff, and I was like, okay. I didn't even know how to tell what's the rookie because there was no rookie, stamp
Exactly.
back in the day,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm like, so I'm just looking through my stuff, and then believe it or not, like, so we dodged the bullet because the guy wanted 2 grand as value, and my cousin's Rolex watch was about 10 grand, and we started negotiating with the guy back and forth, and we got him down to a price of $500
Wow.
for everything, and granted, it was just so much stuff, and we're like, man, even if we sell most of it for $1, we're in the come up, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, it's like 10,000 plus cards, and we were in my truck, and I had a truck, and we just put everything in those big, those husky totes. Like, we just put all the cards in these totes, and we put them in the back of my truck, and we went back to the office, and we have offices together or side by side, at work, and we started going through it, and at this point, I'm like, man, I'm I got both feet in the water now, and we started looking at it, and I remember the date was January 15 of 2020, right? Just 9 days later, or 11 days later, right? January 26, 2020. Everybody remembers that day. Kobe Bryant, unfortunately passed
Oh,
away.
yep.
And I'm looking through all of these cards, and there must have been 40 or 50 Kobe Bryant rookie cards.
Whoa.
Granted, there were no Topps Chrome. It was Topps, it was the Fleer, it was and a couple other sets. I honestly I can't remember, you know. And I told my cousin, I'm like, bro, I think I think we're okay. I think we're solid, you know. And it's shooting up. And a couple months later, I think it was May, there was a show in Atlanta. It's called Culture Collision. And it was the second time they did that show that I learned. So I went to the show and I sold probably half of the Kobe Bryant rookie cards. They were all raw. Um, some, if not most, had, soft corners and things like
Right.
that.
Just because of the
And
age.
exactly, exactly. And we made the $500 back right then and there off those Kobe Bryants, and I saved at least half of them. The ones that I thought looked good,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, we're in the green at this point, and so time goes on. I started going to Walmart, Target, looking for retail boxes, and I didn't really know what to buy, and my great friend Rambo was like, you know, getting really intrigued into the hobby. And he was like, bro, let's look at soccer. And I was like, that's a good idea. I didn't even really know they had soccer cards because I couldn't even find them in the stores.
Yeah.
And we started looking at soccer, and we started buying some soccer. And it was the summer of 2021. Um, I had crazy story was I had like $200 or $250 worth of Amazon gift cards that I got. And of course, Amazon was priced higher. And at this point, I started learning the numbered stuff. I started learning PSA grading stuff. I started learning how to determine what's rookies, even if it doesn't have a rookie badge. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling comfortable. and I go buy two boxes of 2020 Bundesliga Tops Tier 1. And I open up one of the boxes, and they're normally three cards, right?
Yeah.
So there was four in this one pack. I'm like, yes, I got an extra card, and first card was a patch of a no name. Second card was a patch of a no name.
Right.
Third card was an auto of a no name. And I'm doing a slow roll on the last card because it was really thick. And I see that rookie, and I just like, this might be big. And I just took that card off. And I'm looking, it's the 101 RPA of Jude Bellingham.
Oh,
Dude, BVB Dortmund patch. Absolutely beautiful. Jude's auto completely all on there. And I'm like, no,
no.
no. Is this real life? Like, and the crazy thing was I was in my garage. I didn't even make it inside the house, like I literally just got home from work because I knew those boxes arrived. I got the email notification, and I was like, I'm gonna just sit in the garage and open them up. And I hit it. And I was like, dude. And at this point, um, I really didn't want to sell on eBay. One, I didn't have an eBay account
Right.
yet. I was not trying to buy on eBay yet. So I
Yeah.
just was like, okay. So I went on Facebook, and I posted the card for sale on this like really high end group of people that's in this Facebook group that sells cars, watches, jewelry, high end stuff. And I just put a price tag of 50K, you know, and I got a couple messages of like, people that actually knew about the hobby, offering like 10 grand and this and that. I took it to my local uh, uh, card show that they do
Hmm.
every other weekend, and nobody did soccer, you know. So I ended up taking it to nationals that summer, and I sold it for well, it was cash and trade, and the total value after I sold the other cards was $33,000.
Holy cow.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
that's how signature collections kind of started, like I
Teach me your ways, because I can't even sell a regular card.
dude it like and this was really before Jude had that blow up moment,
Yes.
especially
Oh my
before he came to
goodness.
to Madrid, you know, he was a prominent rookie, but nobody expected Jude to be where he is today. It was all
Right.
about Pedri back then.
Yeah, it
And
was.
and I was like, man, so great. And the side note on that, craziest thing was when we were making the deal with the guy at the Nationals, there was a guy behind us, and I forget the card. It was a Luka Doncic RPA, and they made a deal for like, I might be butchering this, but if I remember right, it was like over $1 million.
That sounds pretty close because Luca's rookie year was 18,
20,
wasn't it?
yeah, 2018, correct.
Yeah, 2018. I only know all this because my daughter's favorite player in the world is Luca. She actually has
Okay,
two of his rookies,
that's awesome.
so
That's
she
awesome.
grinded for those. But yeah, that's when he was really really blowing up in 2020, especially with the hobby itself was just blowing up because of all that.
Right, right, right. Yeah, so we 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 thought that this big crowd of people was like surrounding us because of my deal, you know. But it turned
Your deal
out
was pennies to his.
literally, bro. And hey man, I mean, I was a kid in the candy store, you know, like I went to Chicago to get that deal done only for that deal, you know,
Right.
like, and then at this point I'm like, all right, full blown addicted. Um, I just want to rip, you know, it's all about the gamble, you
It
know, can I
is.
hit that next card? Can I whatever, you know? And obviously that was the biggest card I've ever ripped. That was my highest sale to date. And it's been 4 years. And then after a couple years of ripping, I was like, man, I got so much inventory. I need to sell. So that's when I opened up. Me and my boy opened up the Whatnot channel, and we started selling on Whatnot. And we started getting cases from our LCS, trying to get good prices on cases so we could whenever we rip it, the idea was never to make a killing or make big
Right.
bucks like some of the breakers do, but we just wanted to have people, feel like, oh yeah, this guy got good prices and it's affordable. They're not a big shop. They're not trying to, eat everybody alive. And
Right. Right.
that's how it really all started,
I mean, that's exactly what drew me into that break was the fact that I know a lot of people with the finest breaks were running them pretty high, and I really wanted to hop on my first one, and I was trying to find a team that I liked, and everywhere I went was it was just super high, and just happened to
Right.
come across yours, and I was like, that's actually a really good price compared to like how everybody else is running it. And I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. And sure enough, that Tati came up, and I was like, I am sold.
Bang, bang.
But I mean, just because of that show, it's what drew me into your. I mean, anytime you've hopped on, I always try to drop in and say, "Hey, what's up?" And I mean, I
Oh
hear picked
man.
up recently that Luis Diaz from you, the purple,
Yeah, yeah. You
the
got a great
49.
deal on it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean,
That's what it's all about at the end of the day, like for me, I, I'm blessed to have a real job that
same.
takes care of my bills, and things like that. So this is truly a hobby at the end of the day. Like I don't mind losing here and there,
Right.
because sometimes you're gonna make money, sometimes you're gonna lose money, you know. So for me, it really was never about can I do this full time? Can I quit my real regular job and start making, big bucks? That was really never the goal for me.
Right. And it's and for people who do that, I feel like it's literally like, it's like almost like sports. It's the one percenters when it comes to people who do that. Like you already have that huge room, you already have that those big products, you've had the rapport of hitting all these like great cars, even though at the end of the day it's still luck that you pull because nobody
Right,
knows what's in those boxes.
right, right, right.
But I have to agree. To me, I think what's most important is like how the environment is in that room, even whether they're big or small. If they have a good environment, I always like to hang out in there the longest. That's why you always see me.
My man, I appreciate the love,
Yeah, of
and support
course.
always,
Great,
man.
great dude for sure. I mean,
Thank you, thank you.
but and that's crazy. I mean, just to hear the fact that you pulled a Jude Bellingham freaking RPA 1 of 1. Can you imagine if you didn't sell it then, if you sold it now, what it would have been at?
Like, so I had this conversation with my boy Rambo, and I've had this conversation with a couple of other guys, and in 2021, as you know, the hobby world, and especially everybody in America, right? Whether you're in the hobby or not,
Hmm.
everything like used cars were going for like 5 times what they
Oh my
were,
goodness, yes.
like
Hmm.
so I
So
was like,
inflated.
man, everything was,
Hmm.
and I was like, let me sell this before, I don't want to make a mistake and the market crashes because I'm in the real estate world, so I'm used to these roller coaster rides, the
Yes,
market goes up, the market goes down. It's just the natural way of things and how the things go.
exactly. Yep.
So I was just afraid, like, man, let me sell it while everything's hot,
Yeah.
like.
No, you did good. I mean, the fact that you got that much out of it and everything, your timing was perfectly fine. It's one of those just people could always ask about it, but at the end of the day, it turns into that shoulda, woulda, coulda scenario. And yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely.
no one could predict what the hobby's going to look like in 5 years. No one knows what the hobby's going to end up being tomorrow. I mean, you could see, like, for example, best example right now is Pokemon, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Pokemon's going to be up to its 30th anniversary in February. Me that
wow,
literally is what brought me back into the hobby, was because my daughter collected Pokemon, and I wanted to do something with her because I enjoy my family, and I like doing stuff that's going to create memories, and I want her to have that when she gets older too. Like I had it with, like, you with my dad. Like I did baseball
right,
with my dad,
right.
and
That
and
nostalgia feeling.
exactly the nostalgia feeling. And I mean, like, I didn't know like what card values were when I first got in, and realizing all this, and just it fluctuates so much. And Pokemon was seeing this huge like inflation, and the cards were going extremely high, and I was like, oh heck yeah, I could make a little bit of money out of this. But then I got distracted with
Literally.
soccer and basketball because she wanted to collect basketball because of Luca, and she played it.
Hmm.
And then as soon as we started getting back into Pokemon again, the bubble popped. It's now you're seeing a decline in a lot of these card values that have
Correct.
dropped like 30-40%. And I'm thinking like, well, this is actually, if you think about it logistically, like this is actually a good time to actually buy some of these cards that you know are going to
Yep.
go back up because they've
Yep.
dropped like 30%. So the timing's actually uh, good for us because we're buying into it compared to the people selling out of it.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So
So,
she's
I
made
kn-
some good pickups. I took her to the card show last weekend, and she had her mindset because she wanted to get back into Pokemon again and collect the certain ones. And some of these ones that she's had that didn't have no value when we first pulled them, I let her do this all on her own. She made like $150 on herself, just by herself, and she used that to flip towards better cards and stuff. And I was proud of her. Like I kid you not, we went to this one table, and this card, the guy, super great guy. I wish I got his name because I would shout him out because he was so good with her. But it was a $7 card. In my head, I'm thinking like $7, whatever, I'll buy it. Not a big deal.
right.
First thing
Right.
out of her mouth is, "What's the best you can do on this card?" And he was like,
Ooh.
"Huh, okay, how's $5?" And she goes, "I'm not feeling $5. I have $2 cash right now if you want it." And he goes, "Oh, okay, let's do that." And she's like, "Okay, pleasure
Ooh.
doing business with you." I was like, my girl just penny and nickeled this person down to $2.
Hey, I need to take some lessons from her.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It's like, how am I struggling so bad, but my daughter's here flipping cards like it's nothing. I'm here like, I made a simple Instagram post because I wanted to try to sell some of my cards off because I have so many, and I
Right.
didn't even get one little message saying, "Hey, I'm interested in this one, willing to negotiate." I would have been like, "Yeah, sure," but
Man,
nothing.
when it comes to the kids, like I could tell you one thing that I've learned from a lot of shows is that there are some kids, they have it in them to be great businessmen and women, like,
Yes, yes,
and then there's some kids. Now I don't know. I mean, obviously, I have a feeling, but I can't generalize, right? Man, I've seen some kids walking around with $50,000 worth of cards in a little box, like I'm like, how the heck do you have this heat,
yes.
like, and so many people be like, oh yeah, that's mommy and daddy's money, but I'm like, hey, look, they may have gotten mommy and daddy's money, but they're over
They,
here making it work, like,
yeah.
so shout out to the kids, all of them, teenagers, kids, whoever, you're out there going to shows and hustling and making some money. Shout out to all you guys.
Exactly. Like I have to always respect that. Like you can't, and I think some of these people is I think is plays into jealousy. Like, yeah, you got to realize the kids are actually going to be the future of this hobby. So
Yep,
you might want to actually encourage them to love what they're doing and stuff because they're going to be
yep,
buying out your cards one day when you get super old.
yep, yep, yep. Yeah, whenever you don't want to be doing this anymore, you don't have nobody to pass it on to, and there's these kids that's gonna be 20, 30-year-old ladies and gentlemen one day, and they're gonna
Exactly.
come and buy you out, and that's your retirement. Like,
Exactly. Because I mean, and I think this is what is I had this talk actually with my wife, and it's funny sometimes because I don't know if you've ever had that. Like, I'll pull a card or I get a card and I'll tell her how much it's worth, and the first thing out of her mouth is, "Oh, you should sell it." I'm like, you don't know me. It's like you might as well say you hate me at this point. Who are you? But
dude, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I
but
know.
I tell her it's like that is a good investment. She goes, well, what happens if it ever crashes? Like, I will be honest, I doubt it will ever crash the way it did after junk wax. Only because how cards are now compared to what it was, it changes the game perspective completely. And I had this conversation with one of my friends at work because he's like, I just don't see how they can always hold value. He's like, they'll go down. It's like it's very volatile stock. Just think of it that way. You're
Hmm.
buying a risk, and sometimes those risks will pay off, and sometimes they will not. If you're like truly into like the whole flipping scenario, like you have to be very vested into it. You have to know when is the
Right,
right time to buy, when is the right time to sell, who's the
right.
right rookies to keep an eye on,
Absolutely.
things like that. Like you got to be very vested like you would with stock. Like if you're buying a stock, you have to know the company. What do you predict this company is going to do? It's almost parallel to each other. Like you're when you buy high volatile stock, you're looking at a company that you don't know much about, and you're hoping that they have this breakthrough and they become like the next GameStop, or whatever that other stock was that blew up from the memes.
For sure. Yeah, Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Yes.
Yeah. It's a crypto, but yeah.
Yes,
Same thing, I
crypto.
guess.
Yeah, which I did had Dogecoin, and I
Hey,
and
there
I
you
and I
go.
freaking bought it because it was hilarious. I think I bought it when it was like 0.001, and I had like two
Oh,
hundred
wow.
thousand shares. I sold it on the
Wow.
peak, and I made some decent money out of that. It wasn't bad. It
That's
paid
the way
off
you
for all
gotta
the
do it.
Christmas presents. It was a nice
Hey, that's the
Christmas
way you
that
gotta
year.
do it, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
the way you gotta do it. Yeah, man. That's everything, right? Like cards in general have been it's been fun getting back into
Yes.
it and learning everything. And it's paid for a lot of my PC items that I've gotten over the years. It has bought and it started me a side company, right? Like Signature Collections is it's not my main thing, but it's a side thing, and I've been doing it now like basically 4 years,
Nice.
really
Very
three and a
nice.
half. But so it's been fun, and it's now I got nieces and well nephews. The nieces don't want to get into it, but I got my nephews and they're all like learning it and wanting me to teach them, and I'm it's been fun. It's
See,
been
that's cool. It's how you've been passing it down to the next generation. That is seriously respectful.
yeah, it's something I actually look forward to,
Mm-hmm.
like because at the end of the day they could get right into it and they might be even better than I am, and they could start their hustle, they could start their collection, they could start doing something that they truly love and enjoy. And I always try to tell them, like, look, you know, at one point, it gets expensive, you
Yes.
know. Don't go blow hundreds of or thousands of dollars, just
Yes.
find something you like. If it's a good price, you
Build up
know,
to it.
exactly, and
Exactly right.
that's all it is about nowadays, and I get it. Some people in this hobby, maybe not some, a lot of people, but it's definitely not the majority of the hobby. They're in this for the big bucks,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it. That's their bread and butter at the end of the day. For the majority of the hobby, I feel like this is still a hobby, and for me personally, I still love ripping, even though the cost of ripping has went up and the value
Yes.
of the cards that
Has
tend to
gone
come out.
down.
Correct. So like 2020 to 2022, you could go rip a case of just about any product, and you could sell the cards raw or grade them and get your money back if not more, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of how what I was doing a lot. And now it's been more
Seems.
selective buying,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what I've been doing recently, you know.
Right.
I'll still rip, you know.
Yeah.
You're always gonna have that
The
itch to
itch.
rip, you know.
That's true. That is 100% true. Before I continue on real fast, so I mentioned to you earlier before we were going to record, I have this fun game for us at the end of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
right now, I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to grab a random card of yours, or any
Okay.
base or whatever you have. Just one random card. When you have it, let me know.
I got it.
Perfect. All right. So yes, no, going back to what you were saying about that, like I I haven't personally ripped something in a very, very long time. And I was actually doing pretty good because last year, I would say, especially when me and my daughter were doing basketball, every time the Mavs, even though I'm not a Mavs fan, she was, but the Mavs were in the playoffs.
Hmm.
And every time they were playing, I made sure that I brought home like three blasters. Well, the blasters, are not the cheapest. They're about what,
Right,
$25 a pop.
right.
So, and then I was doing it per game. So, I mean, if my wife's listening to this episode, she's probably going to kill me and you probably won't see another episode after this. But it adds up really, really quick. But you're right. Like the value of the box goes up. The value that the hits inside of it are not the greatest. And it didn't help that either that Wemby was the biggest chase. So obviously, I was personally chasing Wemby because
Hmm.
one, I'm a Spurs fan. And two, he was the hottest
Oh,
rookie
yeah.
during 23-24.
Right.
And, it's just I've learned from that year that I've lost a decent amount of money because of that. Instead of like what I've actually enjoyed now more is I focus on what I like. I buy the singles. Like, sure, I'll let somebody else rip hundreds of boxes to get that and sell it.
Right. Literally.
I'll buy it. And
Yeah. That's the way you're supposed to
it's
do it now.
yeah, and I've noticed by doing that, I've been able to get nicer PC cards
Hmm.
and help my daughter get a better collection while she's been
Hmm.
doing her stuff, and it played off a lot better and doing better trades and stuff instead of like having to penny and nickel somebody down to next to nothing and you still don't execute the deal because it's still too much because you spent so much money on blasters or mega boxes or breaks.
Been there, done that.
So yeah, no, I could totally relate. But I will say what one thing I didn't mention earlier that I did appreciate is the fact that, people do, and I found this very interesting. I don't know if you've ever had this happen in your side of the world, but some people it's hilarious when like some of my people that I work with have found out that I collect cards and sell them and stuff, and some of them will make some snarky comments like, I don't understand how someone could waste money on that or make any money. And I'm like, well, the good thing is that I really don't care what you think, first off.
Yeah.
It's my hobby. You don't see me correcting your hobby or anything like that.
Right.
And then when someone asked that when they were talking about it and stuff, I was like, but I don't see why you were getting your daughter into. It's like, you know what? I think my daughter have learned more about stuff for personal life through her experience, like example, talking to people,
Yeah. Social skills.
negotiating prices,
Right.
understanding value of money.
Yeah.
So I've taught her all that stuff
Business
through
economics. Yeah.
business economics. I've let her ran 2 breaks on her own, how to control a room, how to negotiate prices on a
Awesome.
break, how to see where your
Awesome.
profits are and how much is your really profits are when you have to buy like shipping and penny sleeves and top loaders and packaging stuff. Like she got to learn a lot within a whole year of collecting than you probably did in your 3 years in college.
Honestly, that's first off, Coco, that's freaking amazing that you did that. You know,
Of
my
course.
my son, he likes to rip, you know, and it's all about he's a Pokemon guy, and he likes soccer, he likes basketball, but it's I never really got him into the actual breaking and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He sits in the background sometimes and watches me break or plays on the Xbox right beside me when I'm breaking or
Uh-oh. Did you freeze?
that's off to you, brother, for that. Like that's my world as well.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I would say that it's worked out very well because it has helped her with like in her math class and stuff because they were doing math in her class with money and stuff, and man, she was able to whip that really quickly.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
But
That's sweet.
yeah, so moving on and everything. So obviously, I don't know how much you keep up with my stories and stuff, but there's a little segment that I like to do, and I want to ask it before I forget.
Go ahead.
Is guess his goat, and on that segment is I have two options, obviously, and when it comes to the soccer world, and I usually post. I didn't get to this time, so I apologize to the viewers out there, just because of scheduling and all that stuff, but we all do want to know people's goats. And for you, who is your goat, Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Finally, I was getting
Stir.
worried there because I think I was going through like a three episode streak with Messi, and I'm like, oh no, this is where he's gonna come back, and everybody to be like, see, told you he's the goat.
Nah, nah.
Even though technically I'm supposed to be biased about it, but I think everybody pretty much caught on who my goat is.
Who is your goat?
I'm not answering that until like episode 50.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
I might have to
I
throw a
like.
couple episodes pretending I like a certain other one just to throw everybody off.
There you go. I mean, for me personally, um, I was actually in a study abroad in college, and this was 2012, and I my study abroad was in Madrid, and broke college kid. I was lucky that my mom, paid for my trip and paid for my class to go, the whole summer in Madrid. And
Nice, beautiful.
when I was over there, you know, I'm a broke kid, like I was 20, 21 years old, and I remember like on the weekends you could go anywhere, do anything. I had a little train ticket that I could literally take a train anywhere in the European Union, you know?
That's pretty cool.
S- it was sweet actually. And I traveled all over Europe, but that's not getting on a tangent. One weekend I went to go watch um it was a friendly game if I'm not mistaken. And it was Madrid against uh dude, I'm drawing a blank. It wasn't a big team. Honestly, I forget. I mean, it might have been a big team, but I just remember going to watch Real Madrid,
Hmm.
and yeah, I got the cheapest tickets I could find, nosebleeds, and I got a discount with my student ID. Went to go watch the game, and I watched Ronaldo score a hat trick. You know, and I was like, yeah, like
That's awesome.
so. Ever since then, like I was the biggest diehard Ronaldo fan,
Oh
and before
yeah, I mean, you
then,
get to experience that firsthand. That is the coolest thing ever for anybody.
the best thing ever. Yeah, yeah. And honestly, before then, I really loved Ronaldinho, even though I'm a Madrid fan.
I love
You
Dino.
know, just watching him smile
The
and
Joga Bonito.
man, dude, like if there was maybe one or two Barca guys that I really truly loved would be Ronaldinho, obviously Maradona. I was basically a baby whenever he was kind of still playing.
Still though, you still
Dude,
legend.
yes. So yeah, I liked Ronaldinho, my GOAT Ronaldo, and my other third guy, if I'm to really, say another GOAT would probably be Zizo.
Ooh, Zizou. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say, and I was actually, it was a fun conversation because my wife, and this is what I love about her, is that she loves soccer. She can care less about any other sport, literally. Like, I love watching any sport in general, especially soccer and football and basketball, but she could care less about the other two. But soccer, like, we got to go to a friendly, it was Colombia versus Mexico.
Oh yeah.
that I mean, Colombia first whooped up Mexico really bad here in Dallas. It was 4-0, and that was just an
Ooh,
awesome game.
ooh,
I love the atmosphere of soccer games. I mean, it's a
4-0.
whole different, and I will say that she got to witness that environment and she embraced it and was a part of it too. I mean, the seeing her cheer and chant and we were dancing with the other Colombianos outside and everything. Like she
Hey,
was
hey,
full blown Latina at that moment.
that's
and
awesome,
she
bro.
was born and raised in Texas.
Hey, that's awesome, man. That I would love to go to a game like that. I think now I haven't been to. I mean, I saw Messi. What was it at the Copa last summer?
hmm
You know, I guess now 2 summers ago because we're now out of the summer. But I saw him at the Copa, Argentina, Canada, and it was cool, but it wasn't the environment I'm sure that Colombia, Mexico was,
Oh,
and
dude, that environment
it
was
definitely wasn't the
amazing.
European environment
Oh
either,
yeah. Oh yeah.
you know.
Real fast, grab your second card so I don't
Grab a
forget.
second card.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
then I'll tell you something pretty interesting.
Okay. Got my second card.
So me and my wife and my daughter, I took my daughter to her first soccer game, and it was USA versus. See, this is the sad part. I want to say it was Panama or someone else, but it was for the Gold Cup, and it was a doubleheader game because Suriani played afterwards. We stayed for both games, but the attendance for the USA game, which in my head I was thinking is like, oh, this game's gonna be packed at the
Hmm.
stadium, especially at the Cowboy Stadium. And when I looked up the tickets and everything, the first thing I was thinking also was like, these are going to be expensive. No,
Hmm.
these tickets were cheap. I bought 3 tickets for about $55, and I was like on the low level, 3 rows up. So I was up close and
Ooh,
personal, and there was only like a total of like 18,000 people or less at that game, and I was really
nothing.
shocked. And
That's
then
nothing.
Colombia versus Mexico got announced. I pre-ordered the tickets for those to go to. I was only able to get two, so my daughter was bummed out
No.
because it sold out that match.
Yeah, I bet it did.
It packed the whole stadium, and
Well, you're also in Texas, so there's
oh yeah, there was a
a
lot of
lot of people.
it was a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Colombians there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she was just looking. I was like, "This is insane." I was like, "It's because of the culture. USA's soccer culture is sadly one of the world's worst.
Yeah,
Because if you
yeah.
leave the United States, anywhere else, soccer is the biggest passion
It's
out there.
king.
Is
Kings.
king."
There is nothing that compares.
Right. USA is the only one that really, really has not caught it. And
Right.
I don't know why either. I mean, football is triumphant here when it comes to
Yeah.
sports, and then baseball is tied with it or just barely under it. But
Right, right.
soccer is the biggest neglected sport out there, even though it's the world sport,
Yeah.
technically.
It's honestly crazy,
It is. It is. And it's sad too to think of it because just to think that if soccer people drop out of it because they're like, "Oh, our USA team stinks" or stuff like that. It's because it's not vested like it is with your college programs like for football or baseball. Like look
Right,
at how the baseball MLB system works. You have single A, double A, triple A, all these farm systems to get the best of the best talents for the majors. And then
right,
for football, you have college, and the college football programs are the world's most like elite system when it comes for football. Like their
right.
training, their nutritionists, their sports medicine is all up there when it comes to football players. So I was like, but soccer, it's not there. It will. I'm hoping, and I kind of see a trend that soccer's becoming more and more popular, slowly but surely. And I'm hoping this World Cup will kind of break that mold next year.
I'm hoping so too, but one thing I've also noticed in soccer in America is that if you want to make it to one of it costs thousands of dollars, as compared to, you know, you, you could be in Europe, go play for like U14, U13,
Hmm
U10, Madrid, Barcelona, any Premier League big club, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, it's free, you know? And over here, actually, I'm pretty sure David Beckham was the one who pointed this out when he first came here in like '07.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why soccer hasn't blown up the way it should, because like over here, if you're playing high school football, you're gonna be scouted if you're good enough, right, to
Right.
go to college. If you're playing high school basketball, and this is all free, this is part of your high school,
Mm-hmm.
that's the same thing how soccer is overseas.
Yep.
And like, okay, maybe basketball is a little bit different because
Basketball is still
AAU,
global.
right, right. And baseball, sure you have travel leagues, but for the most part, all of the sports, when you get to that high school level, if you're playing high school, you're gonna have scouts coming to your game and it's
Yep.
free, like, so soccer is not like that. It's not like, okay, you go to high school soccer and then, okay, scouts come, you go play college soccer. Like, you need to be playing for, big club teams here
Mm-hmm.
and have, the international scouts, and you got to be making monster waves here in the States to
Yes.
have the international scouts to come look at you,
I mean, yeah, case in point, look at
Mhm.
Pulisic. I mean, that's a prime example
Well, he
right
grew
there.
up in Europe,
Yeah, that's true.
like,
No, yeah, you're right. He did actually. He was born here
so,
and then he went overseas. Gio
right.
Reyna was similar too because his
Yep. Yep. Tim
his
Way, like
Tim
all of them.
Yunus
So,
Musa.
yeah. Yeah. So, like, if you are playing overseas, you're already leaps and bounds ahead of everybody
Mm-hmm.
that's here in the States, So it's just not the same, like you said, culture. It's not the same uh uh farming, or maybe that's
Right.
not the right
No,
word,
farming is
but
the right term. Farming is exactly the right term.
like it's a totally different world.
Yep. 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 No, absolutely. Um, it's because I was thinking the Landon Donovan, he never played overseas, did he? Or
He
Dempsey?
went. I know he. Landon Donovan played at Everton.
He did
He
play Everton, that's right.
they played, and Dempsey, he played in the EPL. Why can I remember?
Was Dempsey Palace?
Uh, why can't I remember?
I'm gonna have to look that up. I cannot remember their career all of a sudden. It's been a
Oh
minute.
my gosh,
But I
you
will
might have to look up
say,
Dempsey.
yeah, I definitely will. I will say, I think when it comes to the MLS, which sadly is, I would love to get into it and watch it more, but I just don't like it as much as compared to over the seas leagues like EPL, Serie A, Ligue 1. But when people are like, "Oh, we got Messi now," MLS should definitely blow up. Well, I would say it would have been really cool if you got Messi during his like prime years because then yeah, we USA tends to get all these awesome players when they're pretty much coming to retire.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, I could name them down the list. We did it with David Beckham. We did it with Zlatan. We did it with Titi Henry. We did it with Wayne Rooney. We did it. I mean, the list goes on. Like all these players that we grew up watching overseas at their highest level and peaks, they looked phenomenal still over here because of their skills that they had, but also because how poor the rest of the MLS system was during that period.
Correct.
That was the
Correct.
problem. Like when David Beckham came over here, pretty much LA Galaxy was going to be the powerhouse team. You already knew it. Like
Yeah.
they were leaps and bounds. And then
Same thing with Zlatan.
when Zlatan went over there, same thing. Now at least there's a little bit of a kind of a balance I can say because there are emerging stars that are really good in the MLS, like that have done and proved themselves. But you also
Hmm.
have like Human Song now is with
I gotta
LA.
say,
Y-
Sonny's at
Yeah.
LAFC.
You got Messi and Sergio Busquets and Luis Suarez in Miami. You got Thomas
Yep.
Mueller over there in Canada.
Vancouver.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Vancouver. So now you kind of got that little bit better of a distribution of what we got to watch at their prime coming towards the end of their careers. They're still playing good, but at least it keeps it a little bit flush and balanced, allowing these other generation to kind of learn and mold from it, which should have been that way to begin
Right.
with. Because
Right. Right.
I will never discredit Messi's talent and what he did in his career and stuff.
He's a phenomenal player. Coming from
Right,
a Ronaldo fan,
right,
he's number two.
right. I
He's number
mean,
two.
I've quoted it literally every episode is that what Evo says that we grew up in a generation where there's not just one GOAT, there's two,
Right.
the best of all time. But I will
Right.
say also that my tweak is I think our generation was the most spoiled when it came to talent too, because we got to witness Zizou, we got to witness Schneider, Zlatan, TT. I mean, I could name the list out forever because of all Ronaldinho,
Right.
R11, R9, CR7, Beckham. I mean, we got to get that generation of just the best players that are officially now called legends for a reason.
Right. Well, also the game has changed a lot since some
Yes.
of those guys,
Yes.
you know. And I know some people would like to blame the Pep Guardiolas of the world, taking away
Joga
the
Bonitas.
yeah, the style,
He
the
did. He
the
definitely did.
unique. Yeah, he did, but like he proved that what he did w- worked,
Right.
and
He
then a
became
lot of
tactical.
other right, right, a lot of other managers was like, okay, I see what he's doing. Let me copy. Let me do this. Let me do that. And in the revolution of things, I've seen that people like, the Dinos, the Zizos, all of these phenomenal players that have such pizzazz,
Mm-hmm.
we don't see that as much anymore, like uh I'm sure, I mean, I know not a lot of people really like him very much, but like Vinny Jr., he's one of those people that has that pizzazz, but you know, Carlo and now Chabi Alonso, they don't like that as much.
Which
Carlo
is
was
the irony of it because that was Xavi's old play style.
right. Yeah, it's I guess just like in all sports, the revolution and the game changes,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that time, that era that we grew up in watching, throughout the 90s, early 2000s, and up until, the late tens or the early tens, excuse me. Um, it was just it is called the beautiful game for a reason.
Yes.
And it is absolutely magical when you see somebody kick a ball that could be going 40, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 yards, and they stop that ball on a dime with their foot and
Mm-hmm.
control,
Or the
and they
precision of their shots.
like it's a beautiful game for a
Oh yeah.
reason.
I mean, not to flex my Colombian player or anything, but a couple weeks ago, I mean, Luis Diaz made one of the most phenomenal moves in over there at Bayern where I don't know if you saw that replay, but I think it was Kimmich that did a pass through and it went a little bit too far and it looked like it was going to go out of bounds and he slides, catches
Oh
that
yeah,
ball
he
on the
saved it.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
saved it, flicked it a little
And
bit
then he
away from
kicks it
it
and bends it in.
and bends it in. I mean that I think that's what I love about Luis Diaz so much is that he still brings that chaos and he proves that that chaos is still something that you cannot play tactical against. You have one player like that, it can throw off your whole play style.
And
Because
it's one thing that you can't coach.
exactly.
You gotta have it.
You gotta have it. And I think that's why I just love him so much because he is a great player. But his play style is so rare because if you watch when he was with Liverpool, look what he did with Liverpool, and look what Liverpool's doing now. They're trying
Yeah,
the whole Pep system, being more tactical placement and stuff like that, and it has not worked very well with them. Wirtz is not getting utilized. Etike is not getting utilized as well. Salah is being too dependent. Now he's missing a lot of opportunities.
yeah.
Isak, I don't even
Liverpool's in
know
a
what's
rut.
going on with Isak. I mean, they just made that purchase, and I haven't even got to hear his name once. But they sold Luis Diaz for the cheap, and his playstyle and everything with Bayern. Bayern's dangerous, dude.
They are, and
Bayern
they sold
is
Nunez. Yeah, they ruin chemistry and they ruin, bringing in. I mean, don't get me wrong, Isak and Ekitike are and Verts, they're phenomenal
they're
players, but
great. They're absolutely great. But
it's
that playstyle is not for them.
correct. It's not exactly who they were.
But I
They're
mean, I'm so bummed because Diaz, one, he's suspended for 3 games, which is going to hurt Bayern,
yeah,
because of the
the
Hakimi tackle.
Hakimi. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which was
It was bad, but
it
I
was
don't know
bad, but I
about
don't think it was 3 games bad. I've
correct.
seen
I'm in the
scissor
same boat.
slides way worse that ends up with a 1 game, but
Right.
his was 3 games, and
I
the
think
irony
because
of
of the
it,
injury.
yeah, but he is nothing broke or tore.
I honestly, I don't know. I just know it was
From
just
what
a
I
bad
read,
injury.
it was a bad injury, but it was something that he would be able to go back to 100%.
Right, right,
But
right.
3 games and their matchup against Arsenal, it's a little bit worrying because I think it'll be a great game regardless, and I think Bayern will still take it. But having that
I
chaos
hope they do.
against,
I hate Arsenal.
same.
Sorry,
But
Arsenal fans. No,
yeah,
no, no disrespect.
none at all. But I keep thinking, it's like, this is Bayern, and Musiala is not even back yet.
Right.
Can you imagine what the new threat level would be? Getting Diaz, Olise,
Outrageous.
freaking Kane playing like he's in his early 20s again, and then putting Moose back
Outrageous.
in there. That's
Dude, hats off to company. He's done a phenomenal job.
People slept on Company. You remember when he first started coaching Bayern? Bayern fans hated him, thinking, "Why are we bringing a coach from Burnley of all people, a regulation team, to
Yeah.
coach Bayern of all people?" And look what he did.
Yeah, no, hats off to company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I honestly, no disrespect to company. He was never the greatest CB either. He
Oh
was
yeah, yeah.
solid. He's a solid player, but I think those guys are the ones that come and
Come
be,
out to be the best coaches.
yeah,
It's
literally,
been
like,
proven.
yeah, over and over, like, so, yeah, company's done a great job at Bayern.
Yep. So, real fast before I get to the close to the next segment, the final segment, there's a couple of things I wanted to ask, and one of them is one thing I've always noticed that I liked watching on your reels. Well, not really reels. You go live, you you get a lot of PSA submissions.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
So, how many cars do you think you send a month?
I'll be honest, in the last 4 to 5 months, it has gone down for the most part. Um, I think this year I will do just about 12, 1,300 cards.
Holy cow!
Dude,
I've
my
sent only
most,
5.
I mean, well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, I have sent a bunch of base cards over the years of
Mm,
people that may not have been worth sending, when their cards came out, For example, um who's a good example I could give you? The historic tickets of soccer, and when you said pull out a card, that's
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
cards I pulled
yeah, yeah,
out,
yeah.
so I
From
had like
Chronicles.
from Chronicles, like I had like 4 or 5 of these, and so it's like I over the years I had them in my box just to sit on them. Maybe they go up in price, and when you first got these weren't worth that much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, CR7 and Messi's like $250,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm. Their market's still
So
going up. It's insane.
and it's not coming down,
No.
like so maybe CR7 and Messi is not the best example, but overall, like I sent probably my most I ever sent in 1 year, dude. It was like almost 120 a month. So do that math, like 20, almost 2,500 cards in a year. You know,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
That's intense. That's a lot. But you know
Tell me
what? I
about
appreciate it because honestly, I enjoy watching that because it's fun, the
it.
reveal and
Thank you,
everything. And
thank
and you
you.
have a nice diversity because you also do basketball, which mad appreciation with that. And you
Yeah, I
do
try to mix it up.
baseball, and I think I've seen some UFC in there as well
Y-
sometimes.
Yep, F1. Do a little bit
F1.
of
Mm-hmm.
football. Um, I got a bunch of like Topps Chrome Disney and those weird stuff, like, no, I won't say weird, right? But like I got some Topps Chrome Disney that I've been wanting to send in, but I don't they're PC items,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
so it's like, for the most part, if I'm sending cards in, 80% of the time I'm leaning towards selling them.
Right.
Unless it's a super super PC card that
Right.
I'll just like screw it, like I'll grade it. If it's a 2, I'm gonna keep it.
Right.
So yeah,
Exactly.
that's kind of how I grade cards, and I've been I've been all right. I think overall my gem rate is probably in the 70s.
That's
You know,
pretty darn good. That's not all
yeah,
right. That gemming's
not
pretty
bad,
intense,
not
so
bad.
you got a good eye. All right, now time for your third and last card to grab.
All right,
And then we're
third
going
and
to jump
last.
into the next segment, and then we're going to finish it off with this game that I have.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so you got your third card. All right.
Got
So
it.
this next segment I have is called Flex Your PC. So
Okay.
obviously I got you to grab a couple of your PCs and we'll take turns. I have 3 PCs to show off tonight. I think you said you had 6, right?
Yeah. Or
So
yeah, I got 5 plus the one that you like that people want to see.
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that one. So I'll let you go first.
All right. First up, it's probably my favorite. It's a tie. It's a tie. First up is I just got this recently. It's a Kobe Bryant
Oh man,
Ice. It's his only soccer card,
that's a
and
cool one.
it's numbered to 25. Um, and I just picked it up. I have the base version in a PSA 10, but this one is numbered to 25. It's 23 out of 25, so it has that
That's
Michael Jordan to go with it too.
uh-huh.
And again, it's the only one with him
Dang.
with a soccer ball in it.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's one of
That
my.
is
I've,
that's a
I've been looking
filthy
for this
one.
card for like probably 3 years.
That's a solid PC card for sure. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right, my turn. So I kept the theme today, and it's the irony is I've been speaking about them too. I got from my favorite set has been the Copa set from last year. That's what really drug me into the soccer hobby more and more, especially because of Colombia. But I got the
Hmm.
2024 Copa Luis Diaz, and it's the Stars and Stripes. So this one's numbered to 24, and
Yep,
it's
yep,
PSA 10.
dude, beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I really do like the Copa Prism that they made. It maybe not the biggest hit, but like they were a lot of clean cards that came out of that.
Yes.
Centering was for the most part
Centering was
really
really
well.
good.
They were clean, not too much surface issues.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And so yeah, like
The
I
inserts were
like
really
both of them.
nice too.
A lot better than Club World Cup this summer.
Yeah, Club World Cup kind of bummed me out.
Yeah, it wasn't a good card stock in my opinion. It was
Mm-mm.
thin. It was didn't have that pop.
The only thing that
Like
really was cool was that new glitter or pixel, whatever
yeah,
they
yeah,
call it,
yeah, yeah.
design.
Glitter. Yeah, yeah. I
But
liked it too.
all right, your turn.
Number two, and I don't know if I should have gone with this one first, but it's Ronaldinho, true rookie, and his Gremio kit. It
Oh
is.
my
I
gosh.
know. I know it's a weird company, MGC, but it's the largest UK grading
Yeah.
company,
Mm-hmm.
and it is also the highest. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't really do enough research to say this with 100% confidence, but it is the highest graded copy of all three major grading companies: Beckett, PSA, and SGC. Obviously, this is none of the three. Is This is something I truly love.
Right.
Dino Gremio. It's a sticker. It's not even a card.
Yeah, it's a sticker rookie, even better. Wow,
Sticker.
that is gorgeous. All right.
Yeah.
Here's another one from Copa America that I have, another PSA
Oh,
10, and it's
all right.
Luis Diaz again on the green
Of
pulsar,
course.
and this one's
Awesome,
numbered 1 out of 5. So
dude.
first on the print, shimmer, shimmer, shimmer.
That's beautiful. Did you buy it like that, or did you?
So the Stars and Stripe, I got it on a wicked deal on ADOT's show. Not many people. This was what was surprising. Like sometimes Colombia players are very undervalued and not watched hard.
Right.
And he was running it from $1, and I bought that one for like $48. And it's numbered to 24 and a gem, and Lucho is
Ooh,
freaking killing it, which for me, there's no way I can sell off my Colombias. They're most likely going to be dead with me.
I don't
But
blame you. I don't blame you. That's awesome.
the Green
That's awesome.
Pulsar, this one was a cool story because I got this card actually from HBK. And it was funny because this card was actually ran on ADOS show Raw,
Hmm.
and I lost to HBK, and me and him were messaging, and that's how we became friends, was because of this card. And he said,
Nice.
well, depending on what it comes back, maybe I'll sell it to you. And I said, you'll be the first in mine. I'm like, okay, bet, we'll see if you're true to your word. Sure
Right.
enough, like a year down the road, he's like, I'm ready to sell the card. And I'm like, no way. And he goes, yeah, I told you would be the first. And I'm like, done deal. So I picked that
Awesome.
card up from him and
That's an awesome
he knew it
story.
was PC or anything, so he didn't like try to stick it to me. Great dude. I love HBK. Very, very good dude.
Awesome, man. That's a great story, honestly. Love
Mm-hmm.
those kind of people that actually stick true to the word, because that's also something that's kind of rare in the hobby.
For sure. And the same goes for this next story on the next card. All right, your turn.
Uh-huh. All right. Uh, I'll go with this one. 2018 World Cup Prism Mesut Ozil 101,
Ozil. 101.
101 black,
Whoa.
101
That is nasty.
Scores
I
Club.
love Ozil too.
Me
That
too.
is disgusting. I think that's one
Yeah,
of Whip's favorite players too.
it's one of those that I don't know, man. It's like I wish it was Madrid kid, of course, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's World Cup. You're not gonna have that,
That's even better.
Yeah, so it's.
I love the national kits more than most of the regular club kits. I like the national teams.
I feel you. For me, I'm a little bit opposite, only because well, I'm from Palestine, so we don't have you know cards per so to say, and let's not get in the whole political climate, but so it's for me, I always tend to go with the clubs just because my home team never had cards, so
Mm-hmm.
um for the closest I could get is one of the cards I'll show you next after you show me your card, is countries that are close to my country,
Right. So this one I just picked up actually here recently. This was from Pack Mule. He posted this card several times on his story, and it never moved or anything like that. So I was like, one day I was like, you know what? I want to reach out to him and ask him some questions. And sure enough, I did.
Right.
And the guy Pack Mule has to be. He is genuine. He is such a nice person. I think we actually ended up talking more than actually negotiating for the card there for a while. Like
That's awesome.
we just clicked. We laughed a lot. We joked and started talking. And I was like, I really really want this card. I know it's a little bit out of my price range. Can we work something out? And without hesitation, the guy goes, "Yeah, I got you. Let's do it. Let's work something out and everything. It's your PC. I want to help you get there." When he said that, I was thinking like, this was awesome. Like you literally don't come across many people like that at all. Like for me, I would love to help someone out with their PC and get them there, no matter if it's me losing out or something. If I know it's going there permanently and they're not flipping it for profit, by golly, I'm going to make sure it works out. And this
See
guy
that?
did it for me, and it was
That's
a
awesome.
blessing. And I
Crazy how
would.
you make these connections in the
Oh
hobby,
yeah,
you know?
for sure. Because you've dealt with both sides of the world. I imagine like you get
Absolutely.
some of the good ones, and obviously some of the goods bring some of the bad, where they're just a kind of like a little bit of a cancer to the hobby.
That's the name of the
A-
game.
And I know it's a shark, dog eat dog, whatever you want to call it, but same time, like what we've been talking, it's a hobby still. Like we do
Right,
it because of
right,
nostalgia and what brings the happiness to us. But
right.
this is the Prismania from 24-25 Prism EPL of
Wow.
Lucho
Wow. I actually
and
love that set,
PSA 10 Pop 1.
dude.
This is
No, it's
by,
the only one.
yes, it is
Wow.
my absolute favorite DS card. I mean, I have all the Copa ones. I have one out of
Wow.
5, 24, 10. I think this one by far tops it. I just love the design of the Prismania. I don't know why. It just pops more.
Dude, dude, that's sick. I actually really like the Prismania this year.
Yeah,
Like that's sick. That is top notch. Pop one. It basically call it a one-on-one at that point.
exactly. I mean, I just love it. And Pack Mule, if you're watching, thank you again, man. Huge
Shout out,
shout
shout
out.
out.
Shout out. Go check them. Seriously.
That's
But
awesome,
all
man.
right, let me hear the rest of your. That was my last PC one for the flex. Let me hear the
So
rest of yours.
I'll bring them both up. So Mo Salah,
I love
this
Mo
is
Salah.
2018 Prism. Now Egypt is back into the World Cup. They
Mm-hmm.
missed it 22. This is actually number to 40. And it's close to that color match
Hey, I was about to
with
say
the
it's a really
pink
close color
laser.
match.
Um, so I respect him. Uh, we're basically very similar cultures, not necessarily the same, but they're literally right across the Red Sea from my country. So
Right.
I like him. He's probably, one of the best Arab players. And for me, I PC a lot of Arab players. And that goes into the next player, Riyad Mahrez, one of one. Um, Another absolute phenomenal player. I know
Was
it's not
that him
the
in his Napoli kit?
no, it's Man City.
Man City. He
Yeah,
played for
Man
Napoli,
City.
didn't he?
He played for Leicester, and he
Leicester.
played for. That's probably the other blue team that you're thinking of was Leicester. He played for someone in France.
Oh, he was
I
in
can't.
League One. That was right. I thought he was in
Yeah,
Serie A.
no, I. Who was the Napoli? The guy Arab Napoli. I'll have to think
I
about it
have to
for a
look that up
second.
again. I drawing blanks. It's so late. It's 12:30. No, it's almost 12:55
Well,
a.m. We
Salah
are.
played for Roma. Maybe that's where you might be getting a little
Yes,
confused too.
yeah, yeah. Salah had a good career. I mean, he bounced around quite a bit before Liverpool
Yeah,
snatched him up on the best.
Basel, then Roma,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally, yeah, he went to Chelsea.
Had a very
Chelsea,
small
then
stint with Chelsea. Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. Well, he went to Chelsea and then he went to Roma and then back to Liverpool. But yeah, yeah. So, yeah, yeah. That's about five, and then of course, you got this card that you wanna me to
Yeah.
show off.
Yes.
You want me to do it now?
Yes.
The color
Oh,
match of one of the greatest midfielders to ever brace the field.
I love the color blue, and that color match is just disgusting. And Pirlo on top of it, my goodness.
Beautiful auto too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And there's
Not just a
number to
squiggle.
99. Beautiful.
All right, so negotiation time here.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
This is a first on negotiation on Beyond the Break with Coco Lasso. So let's see how far this goes. If this doesn't go good, then we're going offline on this.
Oh, it's all good. We'll make
Wha-
it happen.
what are you asking on that?
I know you asked me a few days ago, and I did never looked up a comp yet. Um, at the end of the day, whatever you're comfortable with, we'll just make it work.
Bet, because I promise you that card's gonna go right here on my shelf, right beside my desk, staring at me
Say
every
less.
day.
Say less. That's what I love, like, because I know it's gonna be go to a forever home. It's
It
not like
will.
I'm worrying about making like, oh man, is he gonna flip it, make some more money kind of thing, like
Right.
that's not that's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. I got you.
I love Pirlo, dude. That guy was a magician. That guy, I don't even want to say magician. He was finesse. That's the proper word. He
Yeah.
had such amazing ball skills. It was
Yeah, he
just
did.
unreal. Like I remember, what?
'06 World Cup.
Yes, against France.
Yeah.
I will say the ending of that game was intense, but I will say when it came to one of my favorite World Cups, Italy France had to be right there, like almost at number one. That was probably
Dude.
one of the best games I watched. And not only that, is it was Zizou versus Pirlo versus Del Perlo. Ver,
Yeah.
was Totti playing in that game or no? I cannot
Yeah, he
remember. He
was.
was. He
Yeah, he
was.
was.
He was. I mean, that
Yeah.
lineup was disgusting. Italy was like the powerhouse. I remember and I still have it. They don't fit no more, sadly, because I was like skin and bones in my high school days. But but I had the Italy kit, that royal blue kit.
Dude, I know
Dude, that
exactly what you're
was
talking about.
disgusting. Like I
Yeah.
got goosebumps. I've never had goosebumps during a show, and that just brought back the memories that I was watching that game. My wife, I was dating her in high school. She's my high school sweetheart, and I
Oh, that's
remember
awesome.
exactly where I was at watching that game. I was at her house. We were watching the World Cup. I remember just and she bought me that kit too for our anniversary or date-versary, whatever you want to call it, and I was
Yeah.
wearing it because I was rooting for Italy, and I just remember that ending when who was it that was running their mouth to Zizou? Who was it?
Cambioso?
It was it
No.
Campioso?
Oh man. No, it wasn't. It was
It was a less.
Materazzi, I think. Materazzi.
Yes, yes, yes. I never knew what was said, but I found out recently like what was said, which was very inappropriate, but. I remember watching that and then Zizou just stopping, turning around, and just slamming his head into his chest. At that point, I'm like, huh, I kind of want to root for France all of a sudden.
Dude, like me personally, I was definitely on the Italy side, even though I love Zizou's
Dude, Zizou's my
like
boy.
my boy,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But like, and he was the only reason why I would want France to win. Nobody else, like didn't care about anybody. What was his name? Uh, 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 uh. Oh my gosh, How am I? He played at Arsenal.
You
Nasri. What's his first name? Last name was Nasri.
the right mid?
I think he was a right winger. Oh my gosh.
It's
It's
1
two
a.m.
o'clock.
here. Yeah, it's 1 a.m.
Yeah,
here.
it's
The
two
names aren't
o'clock
gonna be
my
popping
time.
here.
So mind farts are hitting me
Yeah,
hard, but
yeah, same here.
so yeah, he was like again. I like the Arab ballers, just because of
Hmm.
heritage and culture and things like that. So
You said it
yeah,
best. You said it best several times. It's called a beautiful game for a reason, and it's all about our culture, and that's what it's all about. So
for sure.
now we're gonna end the show with this fun game that I made for us. All right.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So you have 3 cards that you picked out, correct?
I do.
Let me hear the players' names.
Cristiano Ronaldo,
Oh,
Mesut Ozil,
oh,
and Javier Chicharito Hernandez.
oh! This is gonna be actually a really fun one. You picked some good cards.
All
Okay,
right.
so this game, how it works is I'm gonna give you a scenario, and the scenario you're
Okay.
gonna pick one of those players that's gonna best represent that scenario or help you get through that scenario. All
All
right,
right. Let's do
it's
it.
it's
Let's do
gonna
it.
be escalating in it kind of in a fun way. So let's see
Okay.
how it goes out. All right, question
Let's
number
do it.
one. It's a total of 16, so be ready. So, question number
Gotcha.
one. You just ripped a pack and pulled your dream card. Which of those players are you going to call first to flex on?
Who am I gonna call first?
Who are you calling first to flex on them?
I think it's gotta be CR7.
Okay. I could see that because he's so competitive and everything. That'd be a good one to
Yeah, yeah.
flex on.
Like look what I
hmm
got.
Yeah, take that, CR7. All right. Question number two. You're in charge of
Uh-huh.
designing a brand new soccer card set. Which of those three is going to be the cover star of your new card set?
Yeah, that's definitely CR7.
Okay. You better pick other players besides him.
I know, I know. I probably should have went Chicharito on the first question now, but yeah, that cover on the first card set, gotta be CR7.
Okay, here's the funny one. You're hosting a break night. Which player is going to be bringing the snacks, and which of the and is going to be eating everything while you're during your break?
That's definitely Chicharito.
That's
You
definitely
know,
Chicharito. I could see that
yeah,
big
yeah,
time.
that's definitely Chicharito.
All right,
Munching on the snacks.
exactly. One player's jersey accidentally gets swapped with a rival's club. Who's gonna, who's gonna still wear it proudly?
That's a good question. It's definitely not CR7 on that
No,
one.
no, definitely not.
Rival club. Maybe Ozil?
I could see Ozil doing it. I feel like he'd be the one that'd be like, "Eh, I'm wearing it anyways. I'm still gonna do it."
Yeah, yeah, maybe probably Ozil.
All
That's a good
right.
question.
Next question. You can only take one of your friends to the hobby convention. Who's
Hmm.
going to be the one that you take to that everyone thinks that they're not going to be known to be famous?
Now that probably would be Ozil.
I feel like that's a good one because everybody knows CR7. I think you
Yep.
have a good amount of people who can see that's Chicharito.
Yeah, yeah.
Ozil,
We're
only the true ballers know who that is.
correct. Being in America, you're gonna have a lot of Latinos, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans. They be like,
Oh,
"Orale,
Chicharito. Chicharito,
chicha."
venga, 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 Chicharito. All right. Next question. You're opening a hobby box and accidentally cut a card with scissor. Which one of those players is going to be roasting you during that whole show?
Yeah, that's chicha.
That's Chicha.
That's chicha.
All
Like,
right.
no mames.
Orale, not do that. All right, next question. One of your players gets a superfractor made of them. Who's immediately going to be posting a selfie with that one of one?
Oh, I don't even think any of them would. Uh, I'd say CR7. If he pulled one of himself, I could see him maybe doing that.
Okay. All right.
Maybe.
You're running a live break. Who's the player that would 100% pull the card stuck to the sleeve disaster?
Chicha.
Yeah, I could see it. Ozil's
Chicha.
too finesse. He's too delicate.
Yeah,
CR7,
that's
he'd be like, I don't need to do this.
yeah. I'm the goat.
All right. You, you hit a huge card, but one of your friends, the three, calls it mid. Who's going to be the one hating on you for pulling that card?
Not Ozil. I'm looking at the cards like,
Who's talking to you at 2 a.m.?
yeah, yeah, like, um, who's gonna be hating for pulling a big card?
I would say it would be CR7, I think.
I was like, if I pulled a Messi, he'd be like, that's nothing,
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
literally what was going through my mind.
Chicharito, I don't think he has a hateful bone on his body.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think so either. I could see it being CR7 on that one too, especially Messi.
All right. All these three players are working for you. You launched a brand new grading company. Who's going to just give 10s to every card that goes in front of him just for the vibes?
For the vibes. Um, dude, throwing me some good questions. I'd probably go with Chicharito on that one as
I
well.
could totally see it.
You're like, dale 10, dale 10.
10 aquí, 10 aquí, 10 aquí, 10 aquí.
Yeah, man. That's good.
All right, last 6 questions. One
All right.
player signing autographs for the new release. Who's actually going to who forgets to spell their name halfway through it?
Dang. I feel bad if I say Chicharito one more time, but
You know what's funny is I said don't use CR7 so much, but all these questions have been like directed towards poor Chicharito.
yeah, I know, man. Like, I feel like it'd be Chicharito.
I do
Yeah,
too. These questions are lining up too good for him. And
yeah,
Chicharito, if
for
you
sure,
watch this, please give me a call and be a part of my show.
man. Chicharito, hit Coco up, brother.
You're at the airport with your PC case. Which one of your
Okay.
players acts? Which one of your players, when you hand it to them, accidentally loses it?
You getting me? Um, I'll go Ozil on this one only because he probably think that this hobby is not very, you know.
I would say if it was Ozil, I would say more because he's gonna be like, "Why am I taking care of this?"
Yeah, yeah, literally. Like, if not, it would definitely be Chicharito. He lost in the sauce kind of thing.
Right. All
But
right.
yeah, yeah.
You're creating a brand new hobby documentary, but you need one of your players to be very dramatic and cry on effect. Which one of those are you going to rely on?
CR7.
Oh, I was not expecting that answer. I thought you were going to say Chicharito like for Telemundo purposes.
Oh no, no, no. Ronaldo, he gets emotional sometimes.
He does. He does.
So I'll go CR7 on that one.
All right. One of your players is now trying an experiment ASMR style pack openings. Which one of those players is going to make it really weird really fast?
hmm Dude, these are definitely feel like they're catered to Chicharito.
Yes.
I could see him doing that.
He would make
I
it
could,
fun though.
yeah, he
I
would.
think that's the thing is like
Be
out of
like,
the three, like if you're gonna hang out with one of them, it's gonna be Chicharito. He has
"A-
that vibe.
absolutely, absolutely. Get some uh, get some epic memories with him.
All right, you're doing a live stream and you hit one of your players' cards mid rip. Who's gonna act like nothing happened? Like it's just meh.
Ozil.
Ozil. Yeah, I could see that
Ozil.
one. All
Ozil.
right. Last question. One player's in charge of your social media for the day. Who's posting your DMs and is going to slide into other people's DMs for the heck of it, pretending to be you?
That's definitely Chicha.
Yes, definitely Chicha.
Definitely Chicha.
That is 100% Chicharito right there. And he's gonna be the one trolling you so hard.
Yeah, Ozil's too busy working out. Ronaldo's too busy being the GOAT. Chicha,
Right.
he's looking for a good time.
Chicha's gonna make a freaking game out of it.
Yeah, man, for
Oh
sure.
my gosh, this was fun. I love this game.
This is actually you had some awesome questions.
Thanks, man.
Awesome
I
questions, man.
appreciate it. I try to make it super fun towards the end, just to
No,
make
yeah,
it worth
man.
it.
Definitely. Now, maybe if I ever get back on the show again, we run this show back.
Oh yeah,
I'll definitely change up the guys, make it a lot more entertaining.
for sure. I have to say, this has worked out too well for Chicharito. This was perfect.
This was awesome. This
This
was
is gonna
gold
turn
for
into
me.
reels.
Yeah. Memes.
Exactly, memes for days. But thank you so much, seriously, for hopping on. I'm glad we got our schedules to kind of link up and get this, working out. And this is where I actually give you the floor for a little bit, just to kind of say what you got lined up. If you got any upcoming shows or any projects or anything like that, the floor is yours.
All right. First off, I want to shout out to you, brother Cocolazo, for inviting me. It's been an absolute honor. It's been super fun. Um, if anybody out there has the opportunity just to kick it and even better of an opportunity to get on to his show and his podcast, take it and run. It's been an absolute blast, fun. It's 2:12 in the morning my time. I'm still cracking up. you know. I don't have any shows planned, but I'm more of a last second kind of guy. you know, it's hard for me to plan things with my day-to-day schedule, so
I feel you.
I try to plan at least a couple days before I plan a show or anything like that. The name of the game is buy some cards, grade them, or sit on them. If they're already graded, hope for the best. Maybe they become GOATs. Maybe the rookies turn out to be superstars, all-stars. But yeah, that's kind of the name of the game. All sports, love the all sports. I'd really actually love to get into Pokemon. I just don't know much about it. I see a lot of people buying Pokemon.
Well, hit me up afterwards and we'll talk. I got to learn a lot from my daughter, so at least I can pass that.
Hey, at the end of the day, knowledge is key.
Exactly.
It is something that is to be passed on, not gatekeeped. So
exactly.
That's what I at least try to do, whether it's a show or like in person at an actual card show or whatnot, whatever. Yeah, man, that's I like giving back in any way that I can possible, So
that's awesome.
You guys ever watch this? Definitely like, subscribe, hit my boy up, Cocolazo, Instagram, YouTube, and yeah, brother, that's it.
Hey, he said it all for me, and I appreciate that. And like always, we'll catch you next time on Beyond the Break, and we will both see y'all later. Take it easy.
Peace.